10 p.m. Wednesday nights.
Facebook watch parties are welcome. Live and book fears.
Ladies and gentlemen, ask the questions, we come up with the answers.
You can come up with the answers, you take the Mykal.
15 minutes with DJ Countryman and Rudi Lickwood. Saturday morning mayhem with two entertainment heavyweight. DJ Countryman from the world of music and Rudi Lickwood, veteran on the UK Black Comedy Network. Join them with interviews.
Kick me out.
No, I'm not kicking her out again.
Just encouraging people to follow their dream and take the risk, take a leap of faith.
Go straight in. Could you just tell us what you've been getting up to, please?
So I designed a pair of Air Max Roots with a Nike.
How about my beard? I'm gonna go.
Nah, man, you got a good beard, but you look like your forehead soon kiss your neck back. From what I can see here, it look like. Yeah, what am I gonna do? Yeah. You know me, man. I hand the friendship in it, because you know how they like their chicken soup and their chicken foot and all. That's where you from.
Keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. The topical interactive chat show where you may end up being one of the guests with special guests and you the audience. Comedy with Rudi Lickwood. This event is brought to you by Comedy Hotspot. Don't forget, keeping it real with Rudi Lickwood. This is an 18 certificate only.
Good evening. How are we doing, everybody? Oh, I'm in the room. Oh my God, you lot are not going to believe this if I was to say it. If I tell you the honest to goddamn truth, I fell asleep, you know. I fell asleep, Jano. You know, that just goes to show you just how hard I've been working on this show. I've spent the entire day putting the show together, getting it ready for you. As you know, it's me, in conversation with people I feel deserve to be celebrated. You know, people close to me, people who I think to myself have done something that I guess has slipped people by. More importantly, my first guest is always a member of the Rants and the Bants Crew. Rants and the Bants Crew are people who tune into my my Rants and Bants show, which is on a Monday, a Wednesday and a Friday at 8:15 a.m. in the morning. So these are people who are, I wouldn't say single-minded, but they have opinions. They have views. A lot of them are working, you know, even though the COVID is happening. So they're not just lazy, bone idle people. It just so happens that during the COVID, I actually had to reinvent myself. And find another way of communicating with, I guess, people that I would normally entertain on a Thursday, Friday, or a Saturday. And it just so happens that the people I was entertaining on a Monday, Wednesday, and a Thursday suggested that I put together a talk show, but the talk show they felt could include them. So I always pick somebody who has shown an interest in me. So I've decided that I'm going to show an interest in them. And this week, my guest does not live in London. Okay. In fact, God knows where she lives. I feel sorry for her where she lives. May I tell you the truth? But you know me, right? Before I just bring on my guests, I always like to introduce them in my own special way. So let's see who I'm going to introduce first. None other and Jackie Williams.
Hi, Rudy.
How you doing, babes?
I'm good. Looks like you stole some pictures off my page there.
You mean stolen? It's not stolen. It's called teeth. It's my
Your teeth picture.
Yeah, man, my love teeth picture. Hey.
I'll let you off, Rudy.
Hey, I don't think you're gonna want to let me off, to be honest with you.
Oh,
do you know what I mean?
Okay,
because,
fair enough.
When I fish around on somebody's page, I fish around.
Oh gosh.
Yes, man. I don't mess about, you know. I go in and I go in deep.
They open book, nothing to hide.
You ain't got nothing to hide.
Nothing to hide.
Are you sure? Are you sure?
Oh my God, Rudy!
Are you sure?
Listen, that's my little secret. Oh God. Rudy.
Rants Bants Banana about I ain't got nothing to hide. I ain't got nothing to hide. Not me. No. You look a secret.
You're gonna mess up my medallions. You're terrible.
You're worse than Snugs, man.
You're messing up medallions. Oh,
mess up. Hey, I couldn't believe it when I saw it. But then I thought to myself, you know what? The thing is that Jackie ain't no ordinary person, huh? You're what? I mean, the thing is, I called you an activist, right? Somebody who's very active in the community and likes to get involved and likes to be a part of what's going on. Mm-hmm. And straight away, you put me straight in it. You don't see yourself as an activist. You see yourself as a Pan-Africanist.
I do. Yeah?
Would you like to tell people what that means? What a Pan-Africanist is? Okay.
So my journey is about all things African. So I believe first and foremost, I mean, I go very much by the teachings of Marcus Mosiah Garvey. So I believe very much in his teachings, his works, Malcolm X, Marcus Garvey, all of our great ancestors. So for me, I envisage and I live and breathe everything that is Africa. So, I mean, I'd need a good hour to go deeply into it. Hey, Antigua. But yeah, so I consider myself very much a Pan-Africanist in that sense. You know, and I do believe that eventually we should all reclaim back Mama Africa in the sense of that is where we should be repatriating to. That's my opinion. That's how I feel.
No,
so Africa's in my heart and blood.
I can understand that because the thing is that you live in Birmingham.
I do now.
Yeah, but you weren't actually born in Birmingham, were you?
No, I was born in a little dot on the map called Derby.
Derby.
Mm-hmm.
Derby.
Unfortunately. Huh?
Black people in Derby, you know.
Behave yourself. I told you.
What's black people doing in Derby?
Listen, it's not that bad. It's, you know, hey, it's how it goes. It is what it is.
You see, that's why when you're in Derby, you have to be the
Leave my AJ alone.
Yeah, you see how she claim him.
Don't play with AJ and me.
How she claim him.
Don't mess around with him.
Donna likes your lovely little secret.
Shh. You'd be surprised.
That's typical chocolate, you know. Pan-Africanist, she loves that.
Julie. Yeah. Big up Julie.
Apparently you're looking good.
Oh, that good. That makes a change.
You're looking good. No, what do you mean that makes a change?
No, I'm only joking. I'm kidding. Yeah.
You
so
look good.
I try. For an old lady, I try.
You said, your birthday's coming up, isn't it? That's what it is, isn't it?
Yeah, next week. Half a century. So yeah, blessed to have reached that far. God,
man, imagine that.
You've
really put on weight, haven't you? You 6 pounds.
I love that picture. Leave it. I love that picture of me.
Look how you've grown. 6 pounds, 10 ounces. you put on quite a bit of weight, haven't you?
I was actually £8.4.
Is that what you weighed? £8.4?
Yeah, I was £8.4.
Mm.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God.
So yeah. Mm-hmm. So it go. Hi, Jackie.
And you're, if I'm correct, you're one of what? One of 4.
I'm the last one of 6.
You're the last one of 6.
Yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of us in total. See, I nearly forgot myself. So I'm the wash belly out of 6. I've got an older brother who doesn't live in the UK. He's busy ministering, you know, to Jesus. So he's a minister in New Jersey.
Oh, lovely.
Yeah,
lovely.
he's a minister there. So yeah, so I'm the wash belly.
So the little one in the white dress, that's you.
That's me. And I love that.
It was Shugs who introduced me to that word, wash belly.
Okay.
You get me? Yeah. And I was like, what the hell is a wash belly?
Mm-hmm.
And that means last child, if I'm correct.
It does. Yeah, the last one of your siblings. So that's me. I'm the wash belly.
Okay, so you're the little one. The baby.
I'm the baby. I'm the 49-year-old baby. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that means that if you're 49, man, that's 49 years young. Because I swear to God, you don't look 49. I'm telling you, you don't even look close to 49.
How old do I look then, Rudy?
How old? Why? It's better you ask me what bra size you are than ask me how old you are.
Oh, please. No, I'm serious because I think, you know, well, you know.
Yeah. And then if I'm a couple of years wrong, you're gonna slap me down, isn't it?
Yeah, you're probably right, actually. So let's move on.
Yes, that's what I'm saying. It's best I don't answer that question there.
True.
I want to find myself in no trouble.
True.
You know,
I can find my way to London very easily. So yeah, it's true.
So tell us about you then. Tell us a little bit about you, because if I'm correct, you studied in Sheffield.
I did, yes. Studied journalism in Sheffield.
Mm-hmm.
Because that was my dream. That was my passion. That's what I wanted to do. So I wanted to become a journalist, whether that be newspaper or TV. But I really wanted to go into newspaper journalism, and I managed to get through to that. So yeah, so I worked for a while with the Voice newspaper.
Which I was very surprised when you said that. I was very surprised.
Yeah, there used to be a little office based, for those who know Birmingham, there used to be a little office based on Soho Hill. Mm-hmm. And I worked for Mike Best. So I worked for the Black Voice newspaper for a while, but then I also worked for the Reuters news agency. So Reuters, they basically cover breaking news stories. Mm-hmm. But that was it just played havoc with my lifestyle. I just wasn't able to get up at 2 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, or if I'm at a dance and such a time phone ring, oh, you need to go and cover the story. Nah. But that aside, I decided, do I really want to work for somebody? You know, do I want to work for myself? You know, my dad, rest his soul, rest in paradise, mm-hmm. always used to say, work for yourself. So that's what I wanted to then end up doing. So rest in paradise, Dad. You know, so he used to say, education was a big thing for him. So he always used to, you know, push us with the education side. But yeah, so I managed to achieve part of that dream in terms of, you know, doing my journalism. So yeah, I don't regret leaving.
As a Pan-Africanist, when you went up to Sheffield, you came back home with locks, if I'm correct.
I did, yeah. So, you know, I met a brother who was on the same course. And, you know, just through talking to him and conversations, and he was talking about Africa and, you know, sort of dispelling the myths that in those days we used to see, you know, kids with big bang belly and Africa mm-hmm. poor and picnic starving. And he showed me a different side of it, you know. So we used to reason every day. And I thought, okay, this is kind of something that I kind of, in a way, felt in me anyway, in terms of the Pan-Africanism. Mm-hmm. But he just kind of sealed it, really. So I thought, yeah, it got me even more interested. It grabbed my attention. So, you know, around that time is when I started starting to sort of read and research as well. In terms of,
the funny thing is that it's like a lot of Black British youth we educated ourselves when we actually left school. It's like mm-hmm. education actually begin, as opposed to when we were at school. I mean, what was you like when you were at school?
Rebellious, very rebellious.
You know what? That's a typical rant and bant response. Everybody seems to have been rebellious or something.
Do you know what? Because I was the child at school who, if teacher used to talk, typical example, Christopher Columbus, I was the one who said, you are a damn blasted lie because my daddy said so. That was me, you know. Okay. So you know, my dad was very, you know, in terms of getting us to recognize and understand our history, our culture, which in them days, to be fair, wasn't, I'm not saying that it's rare, but I feel blessed that that was the case for me. So I mean, don't get me wrong, I took school seriously in the sense of, yep, he wanted to get an education, but I wasn't going to sit and listen to lies and rubbish, and I wasn't going to be the child who, you know, sports day, you've got to do the 100-meter race. Well, is all we're good for is running? Nah, that wasn't me. That was never me. And growing up, no, I didn't kind of conform to that. So so be that good or bad. You know, so
So I mean, Jules is asking the same question that I would have asked, actually, is that because you went into journalism and you worked for Reuters on top of that, right? And you're wearing locks. I mean, how did that sit? Yeah.
Well, I mean, obviously, I remember walking into the news agency, and there's me. I remember actually what I was wearing. I had a dark blue and baby blue African top and pencil skirt. So I'm there with my locks. And the looks was as if, I don't think she's going to last here very long. You know, that's that sort of attitude, but that didn't faze me. I wasn't bothered about that. I was what I was. I am what I am. And they weren't a factor in me leaving. But, you know, so, as far as they're concerned, I didn't have the look. Whatever that look was,
the look is a pale skin. That's what the look is.
There you go. So I didn't fit in that bracket, but I didn't care. As far as I was concerned, I got the job on my merit, and that was it. So you know,
sound like a female Bernie Grant to us.
You get me? So?
You're walking there with your pencil skirt, your locks are swing. You know what I mean? I go sit on a desk. Yeah. Yeah,
there you go.
Everyone can smell something, smell nice.
There you go. So, I mean, it is what it is. So, it never fazed me. Didn't faze me at all. So, said, you know, leaving was probably a good thing for me because it helped me to kind of, you know, then go on to the next phase or next chapter, as he says, you know, of my life. So Julie, definitely, you know, my dad was the role model. My dad and my sister, they were the role models. You know, and I guess at my age, when I was younger, it was probably, you know, Sunday school and this, that, and the other, and no, you got to do this. No, my dad wasn't like that. He had every faith.
What was he like when he came home with the locks?
Who, my dad?
Yeah.
My dad was cool. It was my mum that more had an issue. And it was more sort of from the perspective of, well, if you got locks, you're not going to get a job. Nobody's going to employ you. But my dad was like, these were the actual words that he used, but it was more like, your hair isn't going to define you. If you're determined you're going to do something, you're going to do it. No matter what. Locks, no locks, whatever. You know, to this day, to be fair, I regret cutting them off. That was my choice.
Why did you cut them off? Why did you cut them off in the end? Because, I mean, you said that you went to The Voice.
Yeah.
The Voice, I can't see The Voice, obviously. I can't see them making up noise about that.
Oh, no. I mean? No, far from it. Far from it. At the time, I was getting into a relationship at that time, and there was sort of like a shift, really. And I literally more or less got up one day and I thought, I'm going to try something new and I'm going to cut it off. So it wasn't a decision in terms of I'm going to do it because it's going to hold me back. But I literally...
You was in love. You wanted to catch a man.
Far from it. Far from it. No, I'd already caught him by then. I was evolving. And to be fair, I am always evolving. That's me.
I noticed that about you. I noticed that about you.
So I have regrets. Cutting them off. They'd have been down to my ankles now. But hey, it's like it's hair. The actual hair isn't going to define me. So I'm still me. So yeah. So that was just another chapter. But yeah, my mum was more against it than dad was against it. So hey ho.
So what happened after Reuters? What did you do?
So then I fell then into mental health. So I kind of literally was, for those of you from Birmingham, walking down Heathfield Road one day. Some of you may remember from Birmingham Handsworth Community Care, walking down the street one day, saw somebody. I thought, what am I going on? Literally started talking to him. And I realized something wasn't quite right. And I thought, well, seems like this guy needs some kind of help. And I was determined the next day that I was going to try. I mean, I linked him and I was determined that I was going to get him some kind of help. I didn't understand then about mental health or black mental health, schizophrenia. I didn't understand any of it. I just knew and recognized there was something wrong. And on the back of that, a couple of weeks later, I saw a job going at this Handsworth Community Care. Bearing in mind, I didn't have the qualifications in social care or anything in social care, but I had my degree. Applied for the job, got the job.
See, sisters just walk into jobs. You just walk in.
You know, but you know what it is, Rudy? I think with that brother, it gave me a passion. It really gave me a passion. Like, okay, I need to do something to help my people. I want to dispel this myth that, if somebody's walking around screaming, because we can be loud, we can be boisterous, we're expressive, but that can be misinterpreted. And I saw that I saw that a lot.
I just think that Jamaicans and Nigerians are just loud people, to be honest.
There you go. So I then fell into that, and again, I'm blessed that I did, and I'm glad that I did. And even around that time, then I was sort of linking in with our show, Beanie Brown. So I was part of the Marcus Garvey Foundation. Okay. And again, so I was continuing my spiritual journey. Yeah. Again, for those of you in Birmingham, you probably know about Tuesday meetings. And that was ASHO, the African Caribbean Self-Help Organization. So I'd linked in with them by then as well. So in terms of how I carried myself, as in my garms, my clothes, designing, my general spiritual awakening was, becoming more and more heightened at that point. So, yeah.
Because when you say you're designing, right? This is the sort of thing we're talking about.
Yeah. Now that's what I called original old time African garms. So I was in my 20s then. I was 24, I think, 24, 25. And that was at my daughter's naming ceremony. So that's a more recent one, a couple of years ago. So I can literally go to bed, see something and think, yeah, this, I like this, and literally get up in the morning, that's it. I can't sew, but I draw and design. So I have somebody who sews for me. So I will literally think, like, this is what I want, draw it, buff. If people who know me, if you see me out, you won't see me out in traditional clothes, as in H&M or whatever. Not that there's anything wrong with it, but that's not me.
But then you, like I said, that's why initially I called you an activist, and I think you're correcting me by calling yourself a Pan-Africanist, because you're actually identifying with your culture, aren't you? Because one of the questions I did ask you was, are you British? How do you see yourself?
Well, yeah. I mean, first of all, I did say correct and put Pan-Africanist, but I would say to a degree I'm activist as well. So let me just put that out there, because obviously I do believe when it comes to anything in terms of my people, when there's a wrong, I believe in helping that cause to right that wrong. So let me just say that. In terms of identifying as Black British, I was born in England. I don't like to identify as Black British. But I was born here. I was born in England. My passport says I am British. Do I want to identify with that? Hell no. you know, but I see myself as an African. That's how I see myself. And people don't understand when I say, oh, how you came to Africa? Your parents born in Jamaica. Yeah, okay. But if you go back and look in terms of your ancestors, you know, that's how I look at it. So Black British, you know, anybody says to me, it's like, oh, God. Because if you look at it right now, what is it like to be a Black British person? You know, spin it on his head. There you go.
It's a struggle. There's no ifs or buts about it. But you could be in America and get shot.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, for real, it's true.
You know, you could be in Australia, almost living in luxury but starving. Because you really don't know how to eat out off the land. I mean, as British, the majority of us, not all of us, all right, before the women that cost me. You know what I mean? We need a tin opener in order to survive.
I agree, absolutely. You know, I don't want to die here. I want to go back to. I want to go to. Oops, apologies there, Lord. I want to go to. Sorry, I do want to go. I do want to go to the motherland, be that Tanzania, be that Ghana. I have, you know, friends. My goddaughter lives in Ghana. She's been there for nearly 10 years, and you know, best move she ever made. But hey, it is what it is, and we have to work with what we have. You know, that's it. But as long as I live and breathe,
I'm getting a lot of response.
Okay.
To the outfits.
Okay.
There was a number of outfits that you had, and I guess I could have selected a few more. Do you know what I mean? But then certain things got in the way, and I was
you joker.
So you're a mum. You're a mum, aren't you? You're a mother.
I'm a mother. I'm a mother of two. My eldest is the one in the top left-hand corner with the prom dress, which is the same one actually all the way around. She's 22, and my youngest is 8. So she's the 22-year-old. Obviously, she's the one who's blessed me with my style boy, my grandson. So yeah, mother of two, two empresses. Yeah.
Okay, that's very nice. Because how old is your grandson?
He's 2. He was 2 August the 16th. That picture there was when we took him to his consultation, because he was born with an illness, CPAM or CPAP. So yeah, he was 2 the other day. So blessed to have him. Shocked when I found out I was going to be a grandmother, but blessed at the same time.
Okay.
You know?
Okay.
Yeah. So
I think all ladies eventually find their legs up in the air. Do you know what I mean? So
well, I saw it go. It would have been 3. I mean, with my last daughter, she was one of a twin, but I lost the second twin in the womb.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but yeah.
Did you name her?
I gave her the name Shiloh, which is the middle name of her sister. But it would have started with A, because my children's names start with A. My first daughter has an African name, but my second daughter doesn't. Okay. But her middle name is Shiloh, as in Till Shiloh, which are Rastafarian. That's where it came from.
Easy. Not easy. Yeah. So, this is you. This is what I love about you, is there's more to you, isn't there? There's more to you.
Yeah. Okay. So you dropped that one then, right? Okay. So yeah, I got into acting. So as you can see my name there, and that was, we did a series of plays which were exploring sexual abuse within black families, basically sexual, physical, and emotional abuse. So I was really proud of that. You know, because I think around that time it's just that stigma, you know, something that we didn't want to talk about, brush it under the carpet, and
as we do in the black community, as we do.
That's right, and there's too much of it. I think there comes a point where men and women, you have to speak your truth. That's what I really believe in. You have to speak your truth, and if speaking your truth is what helps you to heal, I think it's important to do that. So, you know, that play that you just saw there, I said, you know, we went in deep. You know, we went in really deep with that play. But yeah, I was so proud of that. And
so, what role did you play?
I played the the sister of the girl who was sexually abused. Yeah, so yeah, it was deep. Yeah, it was deep. And actually, we had on the back of that. I mean, she's passed away now, sadly. Faye Thompson, who used to be the director. A lot of people know Faye in the community, both London actually, on the theatre scene in London and in Birmingham. And on the back of that, I think it was a couple of years after that's when she found out that she was ill. But she'd written a sort of like a sequel to that play, No Means No.
Right.
And, you know, she'd wanted to sort of see it through, but obviously, sadly, she'd passed away. We didn't get to really do it. So that was a sad thing for me, really, because she wanted to go ahead with that. But, you know, she got a lot of feedback in terms of people coming forward and saying, I identified with that play. So that was a good thing. And I always think if you can help even one person, you've done a good job. So, you know, yeah. So well proud of that. Well proud of that.
Well, I'm well proud of you, man. I mean, you've gone from journalism, do you know what I mean, to mental health. You know, proactive in the black community with the Marcus Garvey Centre, etc. No, hold on. I've got this centre wrong. What's the name of the centre? African
Caribbean Self-Help Organisation.
That's right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
I mean, you do your thing there, didn't you?
Yeah, and they had a subsection called the Marcus Garvey Foundation, so I was linked to both of those. That's still going, and you know, hands up as well to Beanie Brown, who was ill the other day. So yeah.
But I know it's a lot to ask of you, but because you do come across people who deal with domestic violence and abuse. I mean, what would you say to anybody if they were going through that at this stage of their life? You know, what would you say?
I come across that in my current job now, and it's close to my heart.
Oh, sorry, you forgot to mention that you're now doing a different job, aren't you?
I'm doing a different job. Yeah. But basically, I work within homelessness. So I work for the local council, and I work within homelessness. So yeah, we all know there's a big homeless crisis at the moment. So yeah, I've been doing that now for 6 years. Very demanding and etc. But it's, you know, it's worthwhile.
Have you ever crossed paths with Judy at all? Juicy Judy?
No, I haven't. But if she's in the same field, then Julie, we need to talk. But no, I mean, if it's Birmingham City Council.
Yeah. Okay. But you've never crossed paths, have you?
No, but then Julie Juice, I'm assuming that's not her full name. So maybe tomorrow when I go on the, names list for the council, I can see her come up with her real name. But no, so Julie, if you work for the council and we're in the same field, we need to have a convo. So, yeah, because I sort of do things outside of that as well, alongside the homelessness, which isn't linked directly to my job. But in terms of what you asked, within my job as well as what I used to do before, because in between all of that, I used to manage mental health services for RSLs. So registered social landlords, mainly Midland Heart, and what used to be called Black Star Housing. And having also been through it myself in terms of sort of DV now, and you know, women, well, I'm saying women, but obviously women and men, because obviously there is a big crisis with men at the moment in terms of DV. You probably saw a national story the other day on the news.
Right.
So, but in terms of the women that I deal with, you know, the first thing that I would say is it's about, you can't force a woman or anybody to seek help, okay? They have got to recognize that, and they have got to come forward to get that help and assistance that they actually need. And then once they start to do, I mean, there's a lot of things that they need to do sort of prior in terms of, you know, if you're looking to leave a relationship, put a plan in action. Start to ferry away little bits of money. Leave your passport, birth certificate, private papers with somebody you trust, so that if you need to get out of that situation, then you know that your paperwork is safe. Use closed words. So if you've got a good sister or friend, if you know there's an issue, say your keyword, your keyword, sorry, they know there's a problem. But it's about then understanding you are not the problem. The perpetrator is the problem. You know, so it's about taking that self-blame away from yourself and recognizing that, oh, hi, Sharon. Oh, okay, we need to speak also. So it's about recognizing that you are not the problem. The perpetrator is the problem. The perpetrator is the issue. You know, and then it's then going on that journey in terms of recognizing and healing. You know, it's all about healing. And many people stay in relationships for varied reasons. Could be for financial reasons or for the sake of the children, you know, and I never, you can never, that's it. That's it. And nobody can judge somebody for staying in that relationship. Because I've heard so many, especially guys, you know, men friend, oh, she idiot, oh, she's stepping out that really man, I beat her. It isn't it's more complex than that. And it's about then having to educate people in respect of that. And once they've been educated, then they'll understand a little bit deeper in terms of what, you know, how deep this thing runs. I mean, you're probably seeing on a lot of these soap operas now, obviously more and more storylines. Coronation Street's running one, I think. Right. EastEnders run the most recent one where, you know, she died. And statistics are high. But as I said, at the moment, the number of male DV victims is on the rise. And you would be surprised.
No, I'm not surprised that men get licks after all my limb. I'm not surprised.
No, what I was going to say.
You ain't seen my bruises, man. I got a bruise. I got to see me have a bruise.
No, seriously, the number of black DV is on the rise. And I was actually...
You hear that, ladies?
It's on the rise.
Go on, put your hand, keep your hand to yourself. Some of you.
No, sometimes man forget to lick. You get me?
No.
But on a serious note, it's on the rise. So yeah, so it's not.
I know. I listen. I laugh and I joke about serious topics because otherwise I end up crying. And I know that this conversation is actually bigger than the small little interview that we're having.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And as we've learnt, Rants and Bants Crew are very, very deep.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? And I'm proud now to say that you are now a member of the Rants and the Bants Crew. We have to say big up. And I have to say, but it's lovely talking to you. It's lovely talking. I told you the time was going to go. Like
I know.
And it really has. It really has.
Thank you.
So I have to say thank you very much for taking the time out, Jackie, to talk to me.
You're welcome. Thank you.
And I just thought I'd show everybody this. Oh,
mum and dad. Good one.
I thought I'd just show everybody that. But yes, I'm going to place you into the green room at the moment. Okay.
No problem.
Yes, I had to put her in the green room because, boy, she's got so much to say. It almost feels as though I could have done an interview with her for an hour quite easily with the amount that she has to tell us. And as you can see, to the extent in terms of the jobs that she's done, being a journalist for one, you know what I mean? A highly educated Black Nubian princess without a doubt. And it seemed as though she connected with quite a few of you in the room, which is good. That is so true with the male domestic violence. I also deal with these cases more than you know. Well, we'll find out, won't we, young lady? Spice. We shall find out. What do you mean you call it a hickey? Yes, well, it was nice when we get the hickey, you know? It was nice. Carol says, well done, really great and insightful. Brap, 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 Jackie, awesome. Well done, you. Brap, 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 again. We call them love bites. Yeah, I call it vampire business. That's what we call it. We call it vampire them. Well done, Jackie. You represented Birmingham well. Big yourself up, man. And welcome from Cleartongue to the crew, Jackie. So they really, 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 really loved you. Well, ladies and gentlemen, I did promise you that I was going to bring on another guest. And just gentlemen, I can't wait to talk to. Great friend of mine. I actually went to school with this young man. He is a member of the Ruff Cutt Band. I call him an unsung hero. He doesn't see himself that way. Not surprising. But before I do actually bring him on, you know me, I like to bring him on in my own way. Give you guys a little insight before he actually comes up and jump onto the stage. So why don't we have a look at him? Trevor, how you doing, big man?
Rudy, big up, my brother. How you doing, King? You good?
I'm all right, bro. I am what they call blessed.
Yeah, man. Listen, bro, I love what you're doing, man. Keep it up. Keep it up. It's very entertaining. But what if I like it more than I like it? I love it, man. Love it.
Yeah, cause we know you. When if you don't like something, you will just say.
Yeah, you know how we roll, bro. But it's a pleasure to be on your platform.
Yeah.
Pardon? Say that again, sorry.
I said you don't mince words. You don't mince.
Well, when I mince, go on your mince. But hold on. Straight up. Let me big up the sister that was talking a little while, Jackie Williams. Big up yourself, sister. Yeah. I was listening to your conversation, and yeah, it was very educative. You know.
Well, as I said, thanks, Jackie, because that's what I'm saying. I think it's reached that point now where we should be telling our own stories.
Yes,
because our stories are not being told on the TV. Do you know what I mean?
Right.
We haven't really been represented at all, even though we've given so much. Do you know what I mean? And I guess it all stems from the way we were treated, or the way that we were accepted when our parents initially came over. You know what I mean? They just saw us as blue collar workers, people who just came here just to sweep the streets, drive the buses. Do you know what I mean? Look after their sick, so to speak. And we were literally just thrown at the educational system. It was almost like we were just thrown to the wolves, really.
Really, that's what it was.
Because as I said, you know me, Trev. You know, and
yeah, man.
I never lasted a term at school. Do you know what I mean?
Whoa. But you know, like I always say, England as a way to do certain things, right, bro? And it's like, whether you want to look on it or you don't want to respect the reality of this, there's institutional racism within certain movements. You know what I mean, bro? And that's what it is. We're in England. I mean, we're in England. I'm born in England. Some time I wake up, I can't believe I'm born in England, bro.
Yeah, but the thing is that what I didn't even realize, or I didn't know that you went to boarding school.
I spent the time. Yeah, spent the time at boarding school because, growing up in the urban world and stuff like that, because you was in school, me and you used to go to school together. We was in the same class, I think, at certain points. You know what I mean? And it's just like a thing of your parents, like my mum anyway. My mum was very kind of like, everything's got to be organized. Your shoes has got to be shined. Your tie's got to be straight, and so forth, so forth. Where my dad was like, you know what, Chuck, him all right, man, him look good. You know what I mean? But for my mum, no, that never looked good. So when I, listen to mischievous things what happens in school, you know what I mean? And for them, it's like it's a big scenario. You know what I mean? But especially for my mum. So my mum looked at me one day and said, "You know what? May I said you go to boarding school, innit?" And I was like, and I looked at and I go, "Me, mum, me? What?" This time I go, "Where am I going?" She go, "I'm saying to some boarding school in Hampshire." And I was like, "Boy," I got me and you spoke yesterday briefly, yeah. But I'll tell you, bro. I'm telling you, the first 2 months of that, yeah, was like a wake up call, and I was very sad at the time. You know what I mean? Very sad, and going through a lot of things where people wouldn't even understand in my mind. Like I'm thinking, what am I doing in this country place with all these country people? And
because that must have been a hell of a culture shock for you, going from a school that was predominantly black into a school that kind of all of a sudden you've got all these facilities and everything available to you.
Well, you know what? In the early part, you don't see that part. You just see when you're a youth that comes from an urban lifestyle, like I did, came from London, and then I went to Hampshire to go to school, right? It was like, you know, like you're saying, it was like, boy, what am I doing here? What may I do, yes, sir? You know, you're asking yourself. But, you know, cut a long story short, at the end of when you get past that part, you start to realize that certain things are more beneficial to you. You know what I mean? Because there's certain things what I could do in school, in my school, what I couldn't do when I was in the urban schools in London.
For example?
You know, like, you know, canoeing. I learned to do canoeing. I learned to do fishing. I learned to play snooker. I learned to, you know, certain things where it's just like, it's not really, you might go to your youth club, but you're only limited to maybe table tennis and a little pinball machine. A little pinball machine.
We had the pinball, we had the table tennis, and we had the pool.
The pool table. But a lot of black man, that's why, check this out here, bro. You see snooker, yeah? But me, some man might find me boring there, but my missus will tell you. And it's my missus' birthday today. Big up, Lawrence. I love you, baby.
Big up,
love you.
Big up.
Right? It's like, you know, some people find snooker very boring. You know, black people like
that's maths.
Like, right?
Snooker,
yeah, but hey, what? That's right. But if you're brain it mathematical, you ain't gonna really understand the game of snooker. You understand?
I was good at it. Not snooker. I was better at pool because the angles kill me on the snooker table. Kill me.
All right. But when you learn to play snooker now, and learn to play it properly, you understand what I'm saying, bro? It's like, you know, it's a mathematical game. And when you get into it and you understand how it really works, it's like it was something that I would do, and it's not everybody was into snooker as a black kid.
Yeah, but not everyone understood geometry. That was why. If you didn't understand geometry, then forget snooker because you don't know nothing about angles. That was all about angles.
Okay.
The one thing I was good at school was I was good at maths.
Yeah, and you was good at drama as well. I remember you. I remember, let me tell the people that listen to that. That's why I love Rudi Lickwood, you know. Hear what? When I was in school and we used to do drama, and the teacher goes, all right, but on this scene, you need to cry. And I would be there going like, why we can't just cry like that, man? We can't cry. And when the man and the thing, Rudi, the man will start ball. That's why, as you know, we're coming from school and stuff like that, bro. And it's a pleasure talking with you. And I'm telling you that even from drama, I knew that there's something about you from that, you know. But it's not many men that you can say to them, all right, this is the scene, you've got to cry. Yeah? They'll be there trying to cry. Or trying to make up. But the man will start ball.
I used to just think of my mum sending me for the belt. You know what I mean?
All right then, okay. But you found something that could make you cry to do the scene as an actor. You know what I mean? Yo, rate you, bro. Enough love and respect, man.
When did the music come in? Because this is what got me. Yeah.
Yeah.
You was behind it all. Like I was going football and all them things there. Yeah. But you was music.
Okay.
And it wasn't something that you like. You never wore it on your sleeve. You understand what I'm saying?
Okay.
It wasn't something that you wore on your sleeve. Yeah. It was like it was something that you was doing outside, didn't it?
Yeah. Because that would be outside of school, isn't it? It's basically, you know what, Rudi? You see my life, right? My life is like music was always amongst me when I was a child. You know what I mean? You know, at being like 2 hours away of meeting someone like Bob Marley in the 70s, you know, as a youth, you know what I mean? You got great artists that play a big role behind the scenes of what actually happens in the music. You know what I mean? Because it's like with the music, if you're a singer, it doesn't matter what the band's done behind you. You're the focus. You understand? And sometimes the focus is like, it's the band that write the music and I tell you where to sing. You might have one man in the band that is a songwriter and he's written the lyrics and given that to the singer to sing. But it's just the way the business works, bro. You know what I mean? Right? When the artists go and sing a song that someone else has written, right? The man them behind the scene, you don't know about them. You ain't gonna know about them. Cause they don't, you know, them man, they all on the face we are dealing with it. I'm gonna stay with the face. Even though the face never wrote the tune. You know what I'm saying? So
I was actually scanning your page.
Okay.
And this did not surprise me. That's
okay.
That's
that. Yeah, animal, yeah, animal from the Muppets.
yeah,
man.
It didn't surprise me, right? Because I think what would surprise people is that you've actually got a Blue Peter badge as well, haven't you?
Yeah, I got Blue Peter. Oh boy, bro, let me tell you something. You know, we always used to come from school in the 70s in our time, and Blue Peter was like one of the shows that you watch when you're reaching. You know what I mean? So it was always like something like, you know what? More one of them badge there, you know, the Blue Peter badge, you know. And it's not until what year was it I got that badge? I actually did get a badge, the Blue Peter badge. I gave it to my nephew, Daniel, right? It was sometime in the 90s. I can't even remember the year exactly, but it was in the 90s, and I appeared on Blue Peter. And when they came to me after, they go, "Hey, you know, we got a badge for you." I was like, you know, long may I wait for this. Yeah. But I did eventually get my badge, Rudy. I got my badge. So we have to say, yeah, give respect, you know, Blue Peter, because I would never think that I would come a Blue Peter, you know what I mean? And I was performing with Vanessa May.
Okay.
She's you know, violinist. Yeah, she's a violinist, you know what I mean? So I got on there with a song that I think Aswad produced a song, and Solomon, which is the son of Aswad's drummer Zeb Angus, he was doing a lead vocal on it. But I somehow got in the session. I can't remember how I got in the session, but I got in the session, and we done the Blue Peter, and then yes, I was presented with my Blue Peter badge. So I feel good.
I mean, you use that word session, and I know that a lot of people don't really know what a session really is.
Okay.
So I took the liberty, really, of getting hold of a clip of you, because this is about you. Obviously, this is about you and what a session looks like. A typical session, where you're the man who's running things in the sense of keeping the rhythm and everything together. You understand?
Yeah, the timekeeper. I'm the timekeeper.
Yeah, I'm going to give everybody a little peek now.
Go out.
Whoa,
boy, yeah.
Oh, that room was busy,
bro.
That room was busy.
Yeah, and you know, but you know what, Rudy, I have to whenever time I watch that, because this video, for some reason, I don't know, you know, been involved in so many stuff, yeah. But it's like that video's like gone like 1.5 million views.
I hear that, bro.
Yeah,
I hear
and
that. I'm not surprised.
all
You
of
know
those
what,
people.
Trevor?
Sorry,
When I
go ahead.
hit that clip, you know, me stay up all night. I play the whole thing, and all I'm going,
Oh. But big up Chardell. Big up Chardell Roden, a great talent from out of the Northwest. From out of the Northwest. You understand? Yeah, big up Chardell wherever you're there. You don't know. It's enough love and respect, man, because she's a great talent. I mean, there's a lot of singers, but there's singers and there's convictional singers. I don't know if that makes sense to you. Yeah? When they sing with conviction rather than they're singing. You know what I'm saying? But Chardell is one of the females. Then what I would say is one of England's greatest.
Okay.
One of. Yeah. You understand? And that thing was because of TJ, our brother TJ. Let's not forget him from BBMC, right?
Okay. Because Nevada just now mentioned BBMC as well.
Yeah, big up Nevada. You mean Nevada from Nevada's in, last time I met him up, the last time I met him, we was up in Sweden.
Yeah.
I think I was playing for Beres Hammond at the time. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So yeah, big up Nevada. Big up Nevada. You know, enough love, enough respect, brother. And Arima Band. Big up Arima Band too. Yeah. There's a lot of us, bro, that have put a lot of work in, but you know, even for you to interview me, I'm thinking like, when you say the interview me, I'm going like, I don't know about them interview thing, you know, but
yeah, me know.
You know,
no,
just like that.
That's why I say to me, you're an unsung hero in the sense that the Ruff Cutt Band is no ordinary band. You understand? This is a band that everybody has grown up with. Everybody has seen you lot. Yeah?
Yeah.
But you're always fronted by somebody. If it's not Beres, it's John Holt. If it's not John Holt, it's Dennis. If it's not, it's the latest artist that just broke. You understand what I'm saying?
Yeah. But you know what it is? You know, there's a difference between being a backing band and being a band and being a band. Like Aswad, Steel Pulse, and all the elders them we respect dearly, right? They're a band. Ruff Cutt is like a backing band.
Okay.
You know? Right. So our purpose is that what we do, you know, we will go and sit down and listen to our 25 tunes and learn 25 songs and back the artist them, you know. The greats, Beres, John Holt, Gregory Isaacs, Dennis Brown, you know, the Yellow Man, Tiger, the list goes on, bro. It goes on, you know what I mean? I don't want to sit down here today and talk about artists, but respect to all of the artists that we have worked with.
I think we should, because this is what I'm saying, Trevor. Your story has not been told. Your story has not been told, right? I mean, let's go back. Let's step a couple steps back, yeah?
Okay,
let's talk about the first band that you put together.
All right, okay. We had a band back in the days, Kenneth McKenzie, right? And I know some of the people who are listening to me who are musicians will understand what I'm talking about. Bonnie McKenzie, Candy McKenzie. All right, Candy, you know, God bless her soul. She passed away. You know, very talented lady, was involved in a lot of stuff, even working with Bob Marley, and a lot of R&B stuff and all the different things. But I used to move with a younger brother, which was Kenneth. He lives in Sweden, which is Nevada, same Nevada he knows, because they know each other, right? So we used to just be connected, like, you know, when we were kids. So when I knew you, when we were going to school and stuff like that, it was like there was still that music connection that we had when we was kids. And we had a little group together as kids. But Candy, the way that she was, she would be a lady that would say, okay, here what? Yeah, you know what? You lot can play, you know, you can play. You need to learn, you need to polish up on a certain little couple of things, but make sure that you go and do your education first.
Okay.
Because we're talking about when we was like, what, 10, 9, 10, 11. We was trying to, you know, we're just in a room, only put instrument, and every man's trying to do a thing until you find out who are the strengths of what instrument. You understand what I'm saying? And then we built a thing from that. And the music's always been there. Even the time when we was in school, in our time when we was in school, we had I personally didn't know that Bob Marley was living down in the Circle in Neasden, right?
Okay.
And it's like Kenneth McKenzie, he was, you know, because we used to meet all these artists at his house when we were kids, bro. Paul Brown, Bossa, Donovan, and, you know, all John Kelly people. Do you understand what I'm saying? right?
Mm-hmm.
We knew what was going on after school. And there was one day that Bob Marley came to Kenneth's house, and Kenneth was like, you know, we would be at his house. Yeah, we'd buck up Aswad, we'd buck up Steel Pulse, we'd buck up all these great Lee Perry, and all about Shy Lights, and so much artists I could talk about. Now, for him, I suppose when you grow in that kind of environment and you're young, it's just like it's normal for you. You know what I mean? But you know when a man, you know, when your brethren comes to you in school and he goes, "Hey, what? Bob Marley's at my house, you know?" And I'm going, "What? Bob Marley there, your house?" and then we're sitting there doing some history lesson. You know what I mean?
I believe, rude boy.
Yeah, man, I talk about Hitler and Winston Churchill and all kind of bag or something. You know what I mean? And we're going, yo, you see, if me could ever read out of the history lesson, you know, me gone round of the yard, you know. But what? Boom to your yard, bro.
Yeah. God.
But I never ever got to meet Bob Marley, and it's something that in myself, it was that close. You know what I mean, fam? It was that close, you know? Yeah, but it's something I always remember in my meds. But the music, Rudy, the music was in us a long time, you know? Donovan, you have our Donovan, you know, him sing, but some of us have to go different ways in life, you know, and do certain things, you know what I'm saying? But we all got a love for the music. All of us have got a love for the music, bro. Music was, it might not have seemed it to you lot at the time, but when we leave John Kelly, you know, it's about music. The music continued, bro, always continued.
Okay, so how did you know why the drums, Trev? Why the drums?
You know what, brother? It's just a thing where, you know, from school, me and our DJP, so big up DJP, you know? Yeah. When we was in Bridge Road School and them thing there, you know, we used to just tap about on the tabletop. So we used to have little competitions. Who could come up with the best rhythms and all that kind of thing.
Yeah. I remember that.
DJP. Yeah, the knuckle and them thing there, right? Right. So DJP, you can't tell me nothing. I love you, brother, but remember me always used to beat you when it used to come to the rhythm. Them, I will start putting on my thing. I might go, boo! When some man plays, I might go, yeah, right. Yeah, but I make Fagan play the thing. You know what I mean? I don't know, brother. It was just I can't even explain it myself. I don't know what it is, but we just love rhythm, and I just love playing drums. You know, I do play other instruments, but everybody knows me as, you know, Fagan the drummer. I work with that. You know what I'm saying? It's not no problem. Because to me, it's music same way, you know? Yeah.
Here's a name that you may not have no, Ivan. I went to school with Ivan when I was at my junior school. Sorry, you won't know Ivan. But
which Ivan? Christie?
Ivan Staniger. No, you wouldn't know Ivan Staniger. You wouldn't know Ivan Staniger.
No.
Yeah, you wouldn't know Ivan Staniger. So the drums was just something that you got drawn to.
It was just a natural love, bro. I can't explain it. I just can't explain it in words. You know, it was just a thing where that was my strength. You know, that's where if I went in a room, I could play the bass a little bit. I could play a little bit of this and the keyboard and that. But it was like, yo, go over there to go play the drum.
Okay. So then how did wait, hold on, give me a second. I gotta catch myself.
Yeah, go on.
What me do with the thing, man?
What, you're looking for something?
No, there was an image that I'm gonna download it now. Of the band itself.
Okay.
Yeah. 1 second.
What's the picture of who? The Ruff Cutt Band?
Yes, man. That's you know the image that I'm talking about.
Okay.
Yeah. Because I mean, here's some of you anyway, but it's not the image that I wanted to get.
Oh, that was taken in where was we again at this time? We was in Jamaica all together. This was taken in Port something. You have Buff Beer, and you have somewhere along the coast, but you know, more like on the east side of Jamaica. I can't remember exactly where it was taken, but yeah, that's when we went to Jamaica at that time. And when we spent some time in Jamaica, you got Buttons there. Buttons is Matic horns, yeah.
Right. So which one is Buttons? Tell us But you have to.
Buns is the one at the front in the yellow shirt.
Yeah. Okay.
That is Buttons. Then you got Bongo Dashi. He plays percussions.
Yeah. He plays the percussion.
Right? Yeah. Then you got me. Right. Then you got Tony Ruff Cut guitarist. Then you got Kenton Fish Brown bassist. Then you got the other side of Matix, which is Patrick. Yeah, because these two are brothers. The one with the yellow shirt and the one next to Fish, in between Bubblers and Fish. Right, they're brothers, known as the infamous Matic aunts. Yeah, right.
Because me and Bubbles, we did buck up on the stairs in John Kelly one time, you know. And I remember teasing him, and he licked me with his briefcase. Remember that big heavy briefcase we used to walk with at school?
Yeah. He licked me down
with it, you know.
Where's the man shut your box?
Lick me down with the briefcase.
Hey, what? You must have done something wrong to Bubblers to do that, bro. Cause I love what my brother here.
No, I was cussing him. I can't remember what I was cussing him about, but I remember he did lick me with the briefcase, and I thought, right, tid. You talking now trouble him again.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're getting a lot of love in the room, you know, Trev. You're getting a lot of love in the room, man.
Really, fam. Listen, man. Love to the world, bro. Love to the world. You know, see what we do. We keep the thing real, you know. We just keep it simple. Right now, I'm sitting down in my home studio as I'm talking to you. You know what I mean? And I don't leave the studio. I don't leave my studio. I'm a man like this. Worse that this COVID thing's coming, and you know what I mean. I just go to the shops. I'm a basic, simple guy. I go to the shops, get what I need to get. And once I come back in my yard, I don't come back out. Yeah, 'cause I work with people at home, you know, do sessions at home, send files and all kind of stuff. So, you know, the COVID, like I was saying, the COVID coming like a blessing in a sense. The only thing is that, you know, we as musicians, obviously we want to be out on, you know, on the stages and playing live and all that. But the COVID thing has changed a lot of things, and it's changed a lot of things, not just for the music business, but for a lot of every kind of business you can think about. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Right. So it's like, you know, for me, it's like, look, let's make some sense of the time that we need to be here, bro. You know what I mean? We can't stop because because we ain't getting no live shows right now. Listen, I haven't done a live show since bloody February.
Raw.
Yeah. I haven't done a live show since February before the COVID thing come in. But yes, a lot of studio sessions, a lot of studio work and a lot of stuff like that. But live, I haven't played a live show since about then. And obviously I had a lot of calendar of dates, you know, to go through the year and stuff like that, but everything's got to be cancelled and blah blah blah. So we have to find another way to you know what I mean?
I'm just gonna bring Jackie in on the conversation as well. There's been a lot of cries. Where's Jackie? Where's Jackie, man? Bring Jackie back in the room. Bring Jackie back.
Come on. Big up, Sister Jackie.
Yeah, brilliant interview, Trevor. Can I ask him a question there, Rudy?
Of course you can.
I keep doing that. Sorry, who would you say has been I'm putting you on the spot here. Who would you say has probably been the artist who's influenced you the most?
Who? Are you talking to Rudy or me?
No, you, Trevor.
Oh, me.
Yeah, who's the artist who influenced you the most?
Boy, you know what? It would be. I can't call one name. Right? It'll be hard to call one name. But the artists them that I've moved amongst, and I really appreciate spending time with them in the studio or on the stage and stuff like that. Beres Hammond, Dennis Brown, for me. For me, and I still respect and love all the rest of the man. Them John Oat, them, you know, like Rudy knows me. I could sit here calling names all day.
Did you do the testimony thing to John Holt in Wembley?
I came there that day. I don't know. I had a sprained ankle, so I didn't actually play the drums. It was Horseman, who's another one of my musical brothers. Love you, Horsey. Big up yourself. Yeah, and I came out to play percussions. I was just there to play percussions. I didn't really play no drums because my foot was hurting me at the time, my ankle. But John and the Ruff Cutt Band and stuff like that. You know, we've been working together for years. I'm sure there's shows that, you know, maybe some people are getting to know me now, but there's a lot of shows that we've done that people, if they go back in their minds, we was there as the musicians.
You know what
behind.
it is? That's what I'm saying. It's just that you don't get, because what I found was quite unfair to me anyway, was that I'm going to say this right to the end, was that as a drummer, in reggae music, you don't get solos. You don't really get a solo.
Yeah. No, it depends. It depends, because sometimes, all right, I'll give you. I played in Zimbabwe with Dennis Brown one time, right? In the big national stadium. Mugabe invited him. Oh, you see, you find the picture, boy. You're quick, Rudy. You're quick.
I love Mugabe. I love him.
Yeah.
I was going up and down the country, right, Trevor, upsetting the middle class white people them, because I was telling them that they can't go to Zimbabwe and sing "Oh McDonald's got a farm" anymore. Because
no, that's not
Real talk, Rudy. Real talk.
Yeah, listen. Yeah, man. But a real thing you're talking, and let me say something. I'm not going to go into too much into depth things, but we've met some people in our life.
They can angle it.
Yeah, well, angle it. How can you angle this when a man come to you and say, listen, I want you to come to my house. I want to show you something. And they're going, yeah, well, you are show me. Come, that's why I go back to my hotel. You understand?
Yeah.
Yeah, but, brother. And that's what I said. I didn't want to talk about that. Let me just change the subject. Because there was some, it's too deep, bro. It's too deep.
All right.
You know what I mean?
Well, tell us more about the band.
Well, in the picture here, you got Bubblers, the great Bubblers Carlton Ogilvie. Second, you got Bigger Morrison, great, another keyboard player who played with Aswad and many different other people, right? Bongo Dashi, percussionist. Then you got John in the far back there. He's an engineer, does his own productions and stuff like that. Myself, Tony plays guitar. Then you got Fish, Brown play bass. Then you got another keyboard player, guitarist, Tawanda. He plays for Misty and Roots. And then you got Tata Augustine, who played for Aswad. If you go back in a lot of Aswad stuff, you'd see Martin on stage playing with Aswad and stuff. And then you got Everton, who's the engineer. Okay. And that picture was taken in between Iceland in Harlesden. If you people who know Harlesden. You know? Yeah, that's where we took that picture.
We've also got somebody on the panel here tonight who also loves artists.
Who that now? Hold that.
Oh, Rudy, you're really one of them.
You love the artists, them, innit? You love up the artists, them.
You are not easy.
Hold on, Jackie. Hold on, Jackie.
She won't let Peter go. Look like he's your man. Your man, karate.
You are terrible. You really are. Listen, we love my music, Oh. You guys from London should actually adopt me, because I was telling Rudy I used to work in Shannola's. Yeah, I used to be the rank one behind the bar at Shannola's. Yeah.
You know the one who used to work in
Shannola's? Really?
Yeah.
Shanola?
Yeah, my cousin, I had a family member used to run it at one time, so I spent quite a bit of time at Shannola's. Yeah, I was.
Shannola's was in Hackney, innit?
It was indeed.
Yes.
Some kind of like industrial warehouse kind of place.
Yeah, same one.
Yeah, I know the venue.
When you used to try and get a drink, there would be that feisty bar hostess who would tell you, "Did you say thank you?" You said, "No, I haven't said please." That was you, innit?
Manners.
That was you.
Listen, if you dash your money at me, yes, dash my money at you. The change. That was me. You're too bad, Rudy. You're too bad.
You know. I remember I done a show there one time with the tune I run at the time. We never get Joseph Cotton. No touch me style. Do not touch me style. No touch me. Them times we done a couple of shows there, and Tiger as well in the early days. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
But them places used to be so ram out that I used to have to change my clothes when I come off stage. I couldn't work, because you just sweat out and just armor brief, wet up.
Yeah, good vibes there, definitely.
Yeah, but it was a nice vibe still. It was a nice vibe back in the days. Yeah, Shanola. Yeah, man.
No, man, I remember all them things there, man. No, man.
Boy, you get, Rudy, you find pictures. We don't know where you get things from, but is it coming like your police,
Facebook thief.
Someone's got to go and dig them out, innit? Because, like I said, to me, it's history. It's history that
give thanks.
That does not get told. And it's amazing where you can actually find drummers, you know, because I'm into the music, and I'm into people who've got genuine talent, you know. Because there's a lot of street drummers, for example. Mad stuff, isn't it?
Yeah, crazy. I love it. But you know, everybody does their thing a little bit different, innit? You know what I'm saying? Yeah, everybody does their thing different. Hold on, Jackie, where do you come from again?
Originally? Derby.
Oh, Derby, okay. We used to do the Derby Carnival and stuff like that back in the days.
Yeah, I know.
I can't, you know, back in different various artists. I can't tell you which specific artists, but I know we used to come there a lot of the time, you know.
I'm sure you guys did one show with. I'm sure you did one with Luciano. Sure you did one with the Messenger. I'm sure you did.
We used to come to Hummingbird. You talk about Birmingham. You remember Hummingbird?
Yeah. Hummingbird, Porsche Club.
Yeah, we done a lot. Yeah, Porsche Club and them places. We used to do a lot of shows in that place, like with the Shabba, Super Cat, Frankie Parle.
Tell us about the Shabba experience. Tell us about the Shabba experience when Shabba first come.
Shabba, well, this is the first time it was Shabba Pandemanium, wasn't it? Because I'm just like, you know, session musician, and we happened to get the job to be the backing band for him. But Shabba came in with all this hype. There was a lot of hype behind him, and went to Tower Records and all that up in Piccadilly Circus, and it was Pandemanium up there. You know what I mean?
Because the whole of Regent Street, they closed down when Shabba
that's to close it down. Yeah, that's to close it down. He went to Tower Records, and the people them start like I don't know what's going on, but like them coming down mash up the place just because Shabba was in there, right? And then we had about prior to that day, I think it was about like 3 or 4 days later, 2 or 5 days maybe. We was doing Shabba. We was playing for Shabba Ranks in Brixton Academy.
Okay.
Right, and it's in the Guinness Book of Records. This actually, you know, because I didn't even know what's going on. I just know the places ram up and Shabba Ranks and whatever. Because just for us, it's just another job. We work with all kind of artists. You understand? So it was like 2,500 people in the venue, and you got like 3,000 people outside still trying to get in.
Wow.
Yeah. And that goes in the Guinness Book of Records in Shabba Ranks. If you check the Guinness Book of Records, it will tell you Brixton Academy has never seen that kind of pandemonium. You know? And Shabba was like, you know, he'd come out of when him come now, it's a limousine, you know, full of an entourage of people, and it's just pure excitement. But we just knew that, yo, we don't give a shit about it. So about my French, we don't give a shit about the excitement. We just want to know that when we go on the stage to perform for the people, that the music is at the highest level. That was all our meditation. It was never nothing below that standard. You know what I mean? Because sometimes if you follow the artist, then you know you can get led away into certain kind of things. You understand what I'm saying? Like, and you start realizing, you know, this ain't really me. But you're just there on certain surroundings. But no, always the music was very important. The music first. You know what I mean?
So can I just ask something? So you know, in terms of like your music, is there something that you think you've not yet achieved?
Yeah, I'll tell you what we haven't achieved. We haven't achieved having a big genuine national hit tune in the charts, the English charts.
What about Musical You? Past the Dutch.
Yeah.
That was a one,
listen, them youths used to come around us, you know, because we used to play with, like, when we used to go Birmingham, for example, and we go Birmingham, and, you know, obviously we're the backing band for Dennis Brown, so it would be like, you know, Musical You had their thing going on, because the youths, Them youth, they used to come around us and they used to glad for their own week. You know, like, we give them an inspiration because you remember, you know, our mission was to play cultural reggae, not just playing some little flimsy something around the corner, you know. You understand? Right? And then when you're in a position of the responsibility of working with all these people, you got to be on your A game. Otherwise, people quick for cost you. Remember that? You know, so we kind of grew regimentally. People like Bubblers Ogilvie, Carlton Bubblers Ogilvie, what plays keyboards, producer, arranger, great musician. Don Campbell. Don Campbell came out of the band as well. Yeah, right. Fish Brown, Tony Phillips, Ruff Cutt. Right. It's like it was always about just playing the music and playing it authentic. Because the thing was, there used to be a thing about this band thing, yeah. When in like maybe back in the 70s, when bands used to play, it was like some people couldn't wait for the sound system to come back on.
Okay.
Right? And that was because the approach to the music was more like, you know, just play music. But we kind of approached the music and we were very strict with each other as well in what we do to coordinate, to make the music sound great. Yeah? It was learning to play authentically. Right? And that was the thing why, you know, when the artist was coming from Jamaica, they wouldn't come out of England. If they, them man them play, if I know them Monday, you know, me now come in. That's what we used to go on. So, you know, you're given a responsibility and at the same time being given that responsibility, remember, you know, we're playing for the nation, the world, you know, bro. Because reggae music don't stop at England. It still travels the world. Japan and these big festivals.
If I'm right, you spent something like 8 years in France, didn't you?
Yeah, I lived in France for 8 years, yeah. And France has got a very big knowledge of the culture of reggae. But the way that they deal with reggae, it's not like, you know, you can't have a hit song in the national charts because it's reggae. Like England, you know, I'm not fighting against the elders, them, the Shaggies and the Sean Pauls, but it coming like to make a national hit song, it coming like it's stopped there. Yeah? And then if a song does come along, it's like a novelty.
Yeah. It's not taken seriously.
Yeah, you understand what I'm saying? Right? And you know the people that don't, Bob Marley talk the truth, you know, all the time, you know. Every song where Bob sing on the truth, you know. And you see, sometimes when you talk the truth, to some people it seems like it's an offense.
Yeah. Because I find that when you talk the truth, the money bags fly away.
Yeah, man, they're gone. They're gone. They're gone.
The money bags fly away really quick.
Yeah, exactly. And so reggae music is a truthful music. It's a true, very truthful music. So, you know, I'm not really, I would just like to see something truthful apart from One Love or Shaggy. You know, look how much artists in this queue, bro. Look how much Mighty Diamonds, Gladiators. You know what I mean? There's so much artists who have sing certain songs. But what it is what we sing, it bothers certain people's spirit. And they can't deal with it, bro. It makes sense to you what I'm saying?
Yeah, I get that.
But then I think it's also to stop us from actually thinking. It actually suppresses us. It's meant to be a distraction. They want it to be a distraction. Ninja Man was a distraction. Yeah. Because
he come with a gunman thing and all that. Yeah.
Yeah. It was about distracting us from the likes of what Bob had to say. Right, but there are artists who are actually saying things, but they don't get that kind of earplay, and I think that's very deliberate. That's a bunch of white men sitting down deciding what we can or cannot listen to. But then I was listening to the American brother. I know it's American music I'm talking about. Suge Knight and all them man there.
Yeah.
They actually consciously made the decision. They kind of consciously made the decision that they were going to talk about bitches and hoes and stuff like that. They consciously made that decision, you know.
Yeah, well, how far are you going to go with that?
As far as it's going to fill your pocket. That's how they looked at it.
And it's working for them.
Yeah, it works for them, but it now works for Nation.
No,
I agree with that.
They weren't thinking about that. They were very selfish in that respect, and it wasn't until I forgot the fucking producer's name. He was with NWA, Niggas with Attitude.
Yeah.
the actual guy who produced it. He's got the earphones and everything now.
Easy-E, not Easy-E.
Not Easy-E.
Dre.
Easy-E made money through the drugs.
Dr. Dre.
Dre, yeah.
Yeah.
It was Dr. Dre. It wasn't until he got older, yeah, and did he realize just exactly how powerful he knew, but just exactly how much of an influence what was being said had on the community.
Yeah.
But he wanted to make sure his pockets was filled first. So even though Easy was making the money to produce everything via the drugs, he didn't care. All he wanted to do was produce music. So there was no moral principles behind anything.
There's nothing behind it, exactly. And you know, funny you talk about that Dre now. I've actually worked with Warren G. I've done Top of the Pops with Warren G.
Okay.
Warren G. Because Warren G's his half brother, Dr. Dre. And so we done some Top of the Pop stuff and some TV work over in France and stuff like that. You know what I mean? And reason with him, it was like, you know, the real Americans, they're telling the thing how it is and how it goes and all this kind of stuff. And he was trying to say that he didn't really want to sign to Suge Knight's label, but Snoop is bound to them because him and Snoop Dogg are big brethren. You know what I mean? Yeah. Well, it was like a good point of knowledge, but it was a point of where Warren G never really blew up like Snoop Dogg. You know, like a public entity. But you know, if you go into music, you would know about Warren G. You understand? But it was like but it's the way that he was thinking. Even at the time, he was saying, "Boy, you know what, man? With the Yankee voices, man, you know these motherfuckers are out to exploit us right now, man. Blah blah." It's like he didn't know it. He goes, "Oh, Snoop, I don't know why Snoop signed to Suge, man. That's a bad move." I mean, I sit down there and go, "Yo, man, I really don't know much about the Yankee thing, you know, but me, I listen."
But it was about respecting the dollar. It was more about the dollar.
Well, you know Yankees, bro. Yeah. Sorry, Ian. Sorry, Rudy. Say that again. Sorry, because it cut out a little bit.
No, I said for them, like you said, it was more about the dollar than it was about the music. You know, it's like you said, it was about the music, whereas for them, it really wasn't. It really, I mean, the music was important because I mean, Dre was somebody who would painstakingly go over things and until he wanted everything to be perfect. I think that's what kind of like made him. But the bottom line was he didn't really care where the money came from to producing, you know?
Yeah, but you know what Dre should have really do? Dre should have really make sure that anytime he voice any artist, you know, make sure they talk sense. Yeah?
Well, his thing was allow the artist to be the artist. So even when he met up with Eminem, he wasn't going to, because he knew that Eminem was sort of like going OTT, but it was like, this is what's in him as an artist. And I don't like anybody censoring me when I go on stage. I hate it. You know what I mean? That's why I came up with, like when people used to say, "Oh, but you swear," for example, and I used to go, "Well, there are worse words in the world than swear words. Words like inheritance, words like murder." You understand what I'm saying? And just to prove the point that it's comedy. Do you know what I mean? So he saw it as you're an artist. So I thought, all right, fine. But I wanted to get your view on something, Trev. Right?
Yeah, go ahead, man. Go ahead, brother.
I found this amazing clip of two kids with snare drums. Yeah. And they're going to do a battle. Yeah, we're going to see a battle in a minute. Yeah. And I want you to tell me which one is going to win the battle, right?
Okay.
Round one.
like we've lost Trevor.
Oh, wow.
I don't know what happened. I don't know if he's fallen out. I don't know if his battery's gone dead. Or what happened to him. But I actually wanted him to tell me who was going to... Oh, hear him come. Just pop in again.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there, brother. Let them kick me out. Sorry. You was talking about the drummers. You was talking about the two drummers. I just cut out. I don't know what happened there, brother. But I'm back.
So you actually missed the two kids drumming just now.
I missed the battle. Yeah, I missed the battle. When the second guy started to play, my phone just went. I don't know what happened there, bro. I don't know what.
Oh, it's a shame, man. I wanted to, I would have played it again. Well, seeing as we all know, everybody in the room knows that Trevor dropped out of the link, yeah? So what we're going to do is I'm going to play it again, right?
Mm-hmm.
And it's for you to tell us which one is going to win, yeah?
Okay, all right. Yeah, go ahead again.
I know which one won, yeah? But I want you to tell us which one won, okay? So
all right, no problem. Go again.
I'm going to play it again, all right?
Yeah, no problem, brother.
This time, yeah?
Okay. No, you know what? Serious. Yo.
Even the judge had a tough time on that one. Even the judge had a tough time.
No. Yeah, but I think the bread in the black. I think the bread in the black t-shirt.
Yeah, it was the brother in the black t-shirt. It was.
Yeah, no, we can see it, man. We can see it. Kind of a style there with that look. That's, you know what I mean? He's got a style. That's tough, man. That's tough. I love that. Rudy,
I thought you would.
Proper.
I thought you would. That's why I said to myself, I goes, I've got to find something that I know that Trevor's gonna like. You know what I mean?
Okay, you found it, bro. You found it. But you know what? I watch a lot of other drummers away from what I do. I watch a lot of people, bro, and you know, you get little tips and ideas and take things and experiment with things and do things and create your own thing. You know what I mean? So I'm very open to, even though I'm renowned for reggae music, but I still do play other styles of music.
See. So what other styles do you play?
Hip hop music, R&B, all of these things, you know what I mean? And whatever else. Sometimes it depends on what the session is. Do you know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you know, I'm not oblivious to, like, you know, listening to other music because we play reggae. But I just know that reggae is like a spiritual music. So people have to understand that what reggae really represents, you know? And like we said earlier on, this is why they can't take reggae, because reggae tell you the truth.
See.
Right.
Fact,
you go.
So much
but wouldn't you say hip hop does that also sometimes? Sorry, Rudy. Wouldn't you say that hip hop also does that, because they talk about their reality?
Yeah, but sometimes it's the way that it's delivered, in the sense of, like, you know, all right, me and Rudy was talking about some things yesterday, right? And I'm saying that there's certain people that control this industry, yeah? And it's like, they know to themselves that, you know what, like me sitting up for the youths, them what are talking a lot of lyrics now today, right? Obviously, the time evolves and you have to move on. But you check where the youth them is at now. with them era code argument. That one that can't go up there, sir. Next minute, the next one's, you know what I mean? This trying to disgrace the next one on record. And I'm thinking like, no, I'm not music this. This is not music. But you know what? You see them bigger heads? They will go and sell that and make money off of it. Yeah, they'll go and sell it because they know where to market it and sell it. But the words in the lyrics, what the youths really chatting about? What, killing themselves? Oh, that one can't go to Keepin, and that one can't go to Brixton, and that one can't go over there. You know what I mean? That's the only downside that I find with the music of today. You know, and I pray.
There's no love in music. There's no love in the music. I'm saying there's no love in the music now.
No, because music's not become. It's not music no more. It's a battleground. You know what I'm saying to you? When music is supposed to be sending a message and sending a positive message to the nations. Lyrics like Beres and them, man. You know, let's use Beres as an example. I mean, a lot of Beres' songs, they're timeless.
No,
Yeah,
you know what I mean? They're timeless songs because, you know, you could still be playing them Beres' songs in the next 40, 50 years from now. You understand? It's the message in the music. And I think there's something happening where the music is of the youths them, because I tell my son this, you know what I mean? Right? Because he's a rapper, I'm doing thing and all them something there, but I told you this.
How old is your son, Trevor? How old is your son?
23. He's 23.
Okay.
Right? And he's into the genre of the genres. But I tell him, so listen, you see the beat them is always innocent until you put lyrics on it.
Okay.
Yeah? Right?
Okay.
So it's what goes on top of the rhythm. When you listen to them instrumental, it's just music, innit? There's no lyrics. Right. But when someone comes along and start talk some foolishness, and then the kids buy into it, that's why we have the problem where we have enough vipers about the place, you know, brother. Yeah? Right? Enough of them viper there to see our kids. Yeah?
Which is why I always say that when people say that the future is in the hands of the kids, I always say that the future is actually in the hands of the parents.
That's right. Because I have to start from we first. To teach them sense, but make them not deal with nonsense. But it coming like, right, especially social media, for example. You know, when we're kids, we don't have nothing more than we have to come in and watch BBC One, ITV, and BBC Two, and ain't done. Yeah? That's 3 channels. 3 channels. Now, come on, if me and you was growing up in this time, as a young 16, like a 16-year-old kid, 17, look, we got access to internet. There's so much things we got access to. So sometimes, you know, the internet to it love to lie to you know. Yeah? Yeah. Right? But then when you read something, and if you start to believe that's something that you read, and it's not really a factual thing, who am I to tell you that you're wrong for believe what you read it? You understand? So there's a lot of distractions with social media as well. I mean, you can use social media to your benefit in the wise way, but nowadays, all right, let me show you something. Remember, you know, when we have, I'll just show you as a man. When we're youths, right, we used to go in the news agents, and you remember the pornography magazines used to be on the top shelf.
Top shelf, bro.
Yeah. But we're too sharp for reach up there, sir. You don't know. But now you see that. Yeah, you see now telling the youth now. Oh, why here up? Me I go block that today. I'm give me that phone. No. When I want you look at me, I put adult something to block you from seeing adult content. By the time you gone upstairs, him done block the password. Long time.
True. Trevor.
You know what I'm saying, brother?
Trevor, it has been a pleasure.
Bro.
You. It really has. Yeah.
And yourself, my brother.
I don't wanna spoil them by going way over time. Because they are being spoiled right now. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. I've gone way over time with them.
Oh wow.
We've gone way over time. This is the longest that I've allowed an interview to take place, yeah?
Really?
Yeah, because you've been there. It's the both of you, really. I'll be honest with you, it's the both of you. The Rants and the Bants Crew have been telling me that I should just do an interview with just one person. Yeah.
Okay.
But but I'm of the belief that as much as we got stars like yourself, yeah, I believe that the people who are watching the show are just as big as stars. They got stories to tell. I mean, the first thing...
Absolutely. Yeah.
Definitely. I agree with you. The
first thing you did when you came on here, yeah, was you bigged up Jackie for the work that she's doing. You know?
Yes, because I listen to what's going on. I say, boy, I didn't know that. I learned something today myself again. I've learned something today.
That's why I've decided that I'm going to continue to always interview two people. You know, somebody with a bigger profile, obviously, because it helps draw people for one. But the other thing is that there are so many other stories to be told. And every time I talk to them, these guys, they're like, who, me? Me? I ain't got nothing to say.
Yeah.
It's like when you turn the tap and the water start open and it start run. They have story to talk. They have story to talk. So what I want to do first of all is I want to big up Jackie, okay, for helping out all the ladies.
Thank me later, ladies.
Yeah, flash up AJ every minute.
Well, you can't be finding
ask him again, Trevor.
They've not discussed me in the morning, Trevor. So this is the only way I can get them lot back, right?
You didn't dig deep enough, Rudy. You'd have found something else in there. So but anyway,
listen. You know what?
Trevor.
Thank you, sister. Big up yourself, same way. You know what? I tell him too much, because you know my police, you know, we find something.
Trevor, block and delete.
What I want to do to play my show out is I want to feature you. Yeah. So I've got cut up certain things. Yeah. So they can see you at work. All right. So I'm gonna put the both of you in the green room. Don't go. Okay. Whatever you do, don't go. No matter what I go on. Yeah. Do not go. Yeah. Ladies and gentlemen at home, thank you very much for tuning in to Keep It Real with Rudi Lickwood. As you saw, I just had two brilliant guests, and I got two brilliant guests coming up next week, which you will be able to see in the trailer. But for tonight, what I would like to do is I would like to play us out with Frankie Paul, featuring Trevor Drums Fagan. Okay. Some of you lot might have seen some of these clips before. Others of you may not. And you'll see the hard work that goes into the rehearsal before it actually gets to the stage. All right. So let us just sit back and enjoy this, yeah?
Musical heat wave. Musical heat wave. Keep it locked. that was yesterday. Now just a dream I live inside my memory. Hoping that you might bring me free.